Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a content creator at Beyond Content. I shoot a lot of different stuff, whether it's travel or car photography or a lot of corporate work for companies like Nikon. Because of the nature of our job, we change the gear we're using a lot. Sometimes when we're doing stuff for Nikon, we have to be a lot lighter and we just pack Nikon gear. Whereas when we're doing a bigger shoot, maybe we have a gimbal, we might have a couple of different cameras. So for example, a Ronin 4D and maybe 2 red bodies. I need to be able to be agile. I need to have the gear that I need and not take too much, whilst also having enough that I'm not left lacking. We just need to keep our packs flexible. So I set up my bag in a way that allows me to be really versatile with the gear I pack. I find the more creative I am and the more I just experiment and give myself the time instead of packing in a rush. It's okay to rip everything out and start again and really make that camera unit or make that bag right for you. And make sure you're selecting the right bag for the right needs. I currently use a brace of Talopas, and also for bigger jobs we use a shin. I prioritize having the gear I need and being able to have redundancy in that gear over being slightly heavier. That for me is way more important than the weight of my pack. This is kind of a hybrid setup for me at the moment. I've just come here straight from a shoot where I was doing some photography and video. A red V-Raptor and the very bottom. I try and load my weight so that the heaviest things in my bag are at the very bottom. So the red brain here, I have the V-Lock back on it and also their monitor adapter for the red 7-inch touchscreen. I find that it's really nice to be able to just put it straight in my bag. It saves me having to assemble everything together when I'm shooting. I usually rock a drone in the left side of my bag alongside maybe a longer lens like a 70-200, or in this case I have a cine lens. Currently I've got an Air 2S, but sometimes that can be changed for a Mavic 3 Pro. Just depends on the job we're doing. I usually carry a stills only camera just because I love getting those moments in between a shoot, and it's really nice to have some of those BTS shots when you're traveling. So I keep a Leica MP on me with a couple of lenses. I hate it when I have a bag and gear moves all around when I'm traveling. It just becomes really inconvenient. I end up having to repack my bag all the time. It's really nice having one of these gates because it means that all your gear just stays in one place. Controller for my drone, and then I also have the monitor for the red. When I sandwich them together, I can have both screens against the soft. That means that I'm not scratching any of my screens for my cameras. A Nikon Z9 body as a B cam, because I can tick off stills and I can still have 8K raw video. It's really nice as a lighter, slightly smaller body. I also have a 2470 f2.8 for that as well in the top. Slots with magnets, I find them really useful for storing cards. It's also very visual. You don't do the classic forgetting your cards for your camera. Due to the size of these magnets and the strength of them, they're not going to do anything to your cards. It's a bit of a common misconception. You actually need a far bigger magnet than people think to interfere with any of the data on your cards, so they can be stored nice and safely in there. A lot of the work we do is very quick turnaround, so I try and keep an absolute workstation of a laptop with me. This is the 16-inch M1 MacBook Pro. Being able to have top access for my laptop is really nice. So I keep my laptop in the back. I took the foam padding out of the camera unit in my bag. I place it in the back of the Talopa, and that just gives my laptop a little bit of extra packing. It creates this kind of entry point for it, which makes it a lot easier to just kind of quickly put it in, quickly take it out, and it still be protected. Is really nice. I also keep all of my hard drives and any of the cables for the hard drives in an accessory pouch. I love these. I need to be able to store about 5 or 6 projects on me at any one time, and when you're shooting red, terabytes add up. So for us, the sweet spot of hard drives is around 4 terabytes and sometimes maybe 8. I have an Ignite Digi power plate and then just my charging cables for accessories. These kind of create a nice flat base for my accessory pouch just to slide straight on top of, cable side down, so the hard drives are kind of cushioned. and then I just zip that all up and it all fits nicely. It also means that this compartment's not overloaded, so I don't have many issues with flying where it's too tall, so I can kind of compress this down a bit. Water bottle or something of that nature just wedged in here as well. I always go overkill on how many gatekeepers I need. I'm holding a tripod and need my gatekeepers on here. I might change them to the back and have it strapped over for a telephoto lens, or I might have something over the top. And then moving to the back, this is one of my favorite parts of the Talopa because it means that I can store my batteries in a really slick way, or two of them stacked sideways, so I can actually fit pretty much double the batteries here. So at any one time may have even 8 TB50s just packed in this top section.